Then, greetings seekers of wisdom and lovers of lore. Welcome, dear traveler, to a tale woven from the threads of time, a story not merely of gods and titans, but of the essence that binds all existence. Memory. Today, we delve into the life of Mnemosyne, the often overlooked Titaness, whose whispers shape civilizations, whose tears water the roots of art and science, and whose very name is a hymn to the resilience of the human spirit. Sit by the fire, pour yourself ambrosia, and let us wander through the labyrinth of her myth. The birth of Mnemosyne, daughter of sky and earth. In the primordial chaos before Olympus's reign, the cosmos was a tapestry of raw forces from the union of Uranus, the star-strewn sky, and Gaia, the life-swelling earth, sprang the Titans, beings of colossal power and purpose. Among them was Mnemosyne, whose name means memory, born not with a thunderous roar, but with a sigh that carried the weight of eternity, while her siblings, Cronus, Rhea, Oceanus, clashed and schemed for dominion. Mnemosyne lingered in the shadows, a quiet observer. Her domain was not the sword or the storm, but the invisible threads that stitch moments into meaning. She knew even then that memory was the first sorcery, the power to preserve, to learn, to become. Dorba Truniujaut, the Titanomachy, memory in the age of war. When the Titans rose against the Olympians in the cataclysmic Titanomachy, Mnemosyne stood apart. She did not rally to Cronus' side, nor did she kneel to Zeus. To fight, she understood, was to forget, to drown in the lethe of vengeance. Instead, she wandered the battlefields, collecting fragments of fallen warriors' last thoughts. A mother's lullaby, a lover's vow, the scent of olive groves. These she stored in her mind like seeds, knowing they would one day bloom into epics. Here lies a secret seldom told. Mnemosyne's neutrality was her rebellion. While Zeus hurled lightning and Hades claimed the dead, she safeguarded the stories that would outlive gods themselves. Without her, Homer's Achilles would be dust without song. Sappho's verses would fade like unmarked graves. Wind through, the lover of Zeus, a union of thunder and thought. After the Titans fell, Zeus, the new king of gods, sought to cement his reign not only through fear, but through legacy. Who better to mother his immortal children than Mnemosyne, the keeper of all that endures? For 9 nights, the god of sky pursued the Titaness of memory, not with force, but with a question. What is a king without a story? Their union was a collision of opposites. Zeus, the tempest of the present. Mnemosyne, the archive of the past. From their passion sprang the 9 muses. Calliope, epic poetry. Diva con Mnemosyne, Clio, history. Euterpe, song. Thalia, comedy. Melpomene, tragedy. Terpsichore, dance. Erato, lyric poetry. Polyhymnia, sacred hymns. And Urania, astronomy. Together, they became the architects of civilization, turning raw memory into art, science, and law. Yet few know this. Mnemosyne's pregnancy lasted not 9 months, but 9 years. Each muse was born not from her womb, but from her mind, emerging as fully formed deities who carried fragments of her essence. Clio, for instance, inherited her mother's knack for unearthing buried truths, while Melpomene absorbed her understanding of sorrow's beauty. Usmams, the river of memory. Mnemosyne's underworld. Most associate Mnemosyne solely with the living, but her influence stretches into the afterlife. In the gloom of Hades, 2 rivers flow. Lethe, forgetfulness, and Mnemosyne, memory. Mortal souls, upon reincarnation, drink from lethe to erase their past. But initiates of Orphic and Eleusinian mysteries were taught a secret. To sip from Mnemosyne's waters was to retain one's identity across lifetimes. This ritual reveals Mnemosyne's duality. Memory is both a gift and a curse. To remember is to carry the ecstasy of first love and the shrapnel of betrayal. In rare texts, it's said that Mnemosyne herself would sometimes descend to the underworld, not as a queen, but as a mourner, gathering the memories of those who chose oblivion over eternal ache. O, the philosopher's muse, memory as the soul's compass. Centuries later, as Greek philosophers pondered existence, Mnemosyne's essence permeated their work. Plato called memory the keeper of the soul, while Aristotle saw it as the foundation of reason. Even Socrates, sipping hemlock, whispered gratitude to her, for without memory, his teachings would die with his breath. In a lesser-known tale, Mnemosyne once took mortal form as an old weaver in Athens. For 3 days, she debated a young student who claimed forgetting is freedom. With each argument, she unraveled a thread from her loom, each representing a war, an invention, a prayer. By dawn, the student, surrounded by tangled threads, wept. "Without these, I am naked," Mnemosyne smiled. "To forget is not to be free, it is to cease to exist." Sigh. Mnemosyne's fade. The twilight of the Titans. As Olympus thrived, the Titans faded into myth. All but Mnemosyne. She retreated to a hidden valley, where she spun a tapestry from the hair of mortals, each strand a life story. Yet she grew weary. To remember everything is to hold the universe's grief. Legends say Zeus offered her a draught of Lethe to forget her sorrows. She refused. Her end is not death, but transformation. Some say she dissolved into the collective unconscious, becoming the voice that whispers, "Remember this." When a child learns to walk, or a nation confronts its past, others claim she wanders still, a spectral figure in libraries and battlefields, gathering fragments for a tapestry only the stars can see. Ifun, Mnemosyne's legacy, the unseen architect. Today, Mnemosyne is both absent and omnipresent. She is in the teacher who recounts history's scars, the grandmother preserving recipes in a worn notebook, the activist chanting, "Never again," her most profound secret. Memory is not the past, it is the future's compass. Every act of creation, every fight for justice is a hymn to her. Did you enjoy this journey through time? If this tale resonated with you, honor Mnemosyne by clicking like. Digital votive offering to the goddess of memory. Subscribe to keep the flame of ancient stories alive. And in the comments, tell me, who is your favorite mythological figure? The cunning Titan, a flawed god, a creature of shadow or light? Share your choice and perhaps they'll feature in our next Odyssey. Farewell, keepers of stories. As we part ways, remember this. You are Mnemosyne's child. Every memory you cherish, every lesson you pass on, weaves you into her eternal tapestry. Go forth and etch your story boldly, for even the stars are made of ancient light.